Most of us have heard the story of the prodigal son, but I want to teach you a lesson that we can learn about the prodigal son's brother that I'm sure you've probably never heard. Now, we all know the story about the prodigal son, how he got half of his inheritance, went off and spent it all on loose living and on prostitutes, and then when he came back, his father opened him back with open arms and had a big celebration for him. And then his older brother, when he heard all the commotion about the party and everything going on, and asked the servants what was happening, the servants told him that his brother had come home. Well, he was mad and he refused to go into the celebration. So his dad came out to have a talk with him. Now, you may have heard people talking about how terrible it was that the older son was jealous and angry and refused to go in. And that is true. That is a very good lesson. When we see someone restored back into the family of God, we shouldn't be jealous. We should celebrate. But there's a key point to the end of that story that has eluded most teaching that we've heard on the subject. If you remember what the father said to him after the older son said, "All these years I've worked hard for you, I've obeyed you, but you've never given me the fatted calf to have a celebration with my friends." Do you remember what the father said to him? The father said, "But son, all that I have is yours." And then he said, "But your brother was dead and now he lives again and we should celebrate." One thing that I think is missed in a lot of the teaching on this story is that statement that the father makes when he says, "All I have is yours and at your disposal." What that tells me there is that older son never asked for the fatted calf, never asked to have a celebration. He was content with obedience and working hard for his father, which is good. We should all be very obedient to God and work hard for his kingdom. But what this father points out to him is that I've got all of this and you've never asked for any of it. I would have freely given it to you. How do I know that? How do I know that the older son never asked? Because when the younger son asked for half of his inheritance, his father freely gave it to him, didn't he? So this older son, who's filled with jealousy, never asked anything of his father. Unfortunately, I think a lot of us Christians, we see the blessings of the people around us, and we're working hard, we're being obedient, we're trying to be the best Christians that we can be. We read our Bible, we go to church, we do all the right things, and then we sit back and wonder, why isn't God blessing me? Why aren't I getting more blessings? It's because we don't ask. We've been taught that there's some sort of piety in just being obedient, working hard, and never asking God for anything. You know, God doesn't teach that. The Bible doesn't teach that. In fact, Jesus could have ended this story with the brother being angry and jealous, but he added the part about the father making that statement about all I have is at your disposal. He did that for a reason. It's to remind us, if you need something, if you want blessings in your life, don't think that just by going to church, reading your Bible, and being the best you can is going to automatically shower blessings on you. God expects us to ask. He wants us to ask for blessings. Let me give you this point. All throughout the Bible, there's examples of God wanting to shower his children with blessings. And somehow the enemy has come into the church and taught us that it's ungodly to ask God for blessings. Well, that's simply not true. If you want to be blessed, ask God to bless you, and he will freely. May God bless you. Thank you for watching.